Hello, hello. It is day 181 of 365 days of my raw suspending disbelief journey. And wow, we're really coming up on it. So, in the next day or two here, it will be the halfway mark for 365 days. And that's really incredible. So, I'm super excited about that. Um, today was gross outside. Today was kids were home on the Sunday. So it wasn't my self-care day. They wanted an extra night, the younger two, in mom's bed last night. So it was we had we had two nights in a row where they slept in my bed instead of just Friday night. And since they're only here one out of every four weekends, for the entire weekend for Saturday nights, I usually let it happen on the weekends that they're here two nights in a row. Um, and it just means that there's no alone time in the morning. It just doesn't happen. It used to sometimes, and if I put up an extra, like a sheet over the window or an extra whatever, because I got blackout curtains for the kids' rooms, but not for mine, because I don't love blackout curtains. I want to get up early and see the sunrise and things like this. So if I'm falling asleep and it's too bright out, like on a full moon or whatever, I'll put like a sleep mask on, and that's it. I don't want to have blackout. I want to absorb the moonlight in my sleep, and I want to see the sun rising in the morning when I wake up, and I want the sun shining in my room on during the day. So that's just how I am. But that means that when the kids sleep in my room, it gets bright in there early, and they wake up earlier. And if I make any noise on top of that, they're definitely awake. So there's very, very little chance of me having even 5 minutes to myself in those mornings. And it's a sacrifice that I choose to make, because I could say no, and I could make them sleep in their own beds, and I can have my time in the morning and it would be fine, or I can just allow it to be what it is, because it's fine. Right? And because they're only little for so long, and that's something that they really love to do, is come and snuggle up in bed with mama and sleep there. And I do enjoy it too. In the evening, I love cuddling up with them and falling asleep with them, and all of that. That's something that I always co-slept with my babies. So it was, it's missed once they're a little bit bigger and they don't do that anymore, and all of that stuff. So it's nice to do once in a while. And we just don't let it get too carried away, and don't try not to do that too much. But for everyone's rest sake, and for my alone time sake, so that I can be sane as a mother. But anyway, so it was just sort of that kind of a day. We got up in the morning, drove Cadence's friend home, her friend, and had to sort of get everybody up and ready early enough to do that, even though we had stayed up late and everything. So everyone was super tired still from yesterday, because we stayed up late. And again, things that I could have prevented, but chose to just allow it to be what it was. And they were surprisingly not miserable, considering how late they stayed up the last couple of nights and how tired we were from yesterday, and all of these things. But they had gotten extra sleep every day the rest of the week before that, since they were off school, and so it was okay. It was gross out and rainy out today, and all these things, so we mostly just stayed home, but really, really tried to stay off our screens and not be not be caught in the trap of just staring at a screen for an entire rainy day. Worked on more homework, and worked on some chores, and did some crafts, and did some puzzles and books, and all of the things. And um it was great. It was restful. So I did also end up, when the kids sort of tired of needing my company or my attention, I did get some work done, which was, I just wanted to. So I did. Um, but again, I mean, this is like third day in a row of not really getting a ton done for business, and having to suspend disbelief that that's the way that it should be, and remind myself of the fact that working 24/7 and work being the top priority and all of that is a corporate mindset and a past mindset that I no longer subscribe to, and just keep reminding myself that, yep, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, it's healthy. Yes, it's safe. Yes, it's okay, right? And just retraining my RAS to remember that. So yeah, that was my day today, and I know it's going to end up just being just another day, but I'm really excited for that halfway mark for this year. I think that's really an incredible mark to hit. Just I think it's a big deal, and I don't know. I just think it's for me in particular, and for any of you who are listening who have ADHD and tend to go off on different things, to continuously and consistently do something like this daily, or like majority of the days, right? And then even catch up on the ones that I don't, and not get overwhelmed by the ones that I didn't do, and having to catch up and all of that. Like, it's definitely something that I can take pride in, that I'm really excited about. So, and also, I don't know if I mentioned this in any of the last couple of episodes, but we did cross the 1,000 listens mark, and that's huge too. That is, a lot of podcasts, when you start them, you just don't build that momentum, and you don't continue to have the listenership, right? You don't have people continuing to listen ongoing, and build up that many people listening, and that many people coming back again and again and again. So I want to say thank you to all of you who are listening, because that's really incredible, and I'm blown away by it, and I'm proud of it, and I'm super excited, and all the things. So yeah, that was a huge, we hit that, where was it? I think it was Tuesday, or maybe it was Thursday. So, and it's Sunday today. So it was in this last week, we crossed over that 1,000 listens mark. And, I was just, I was absolutely blown away. That's really incredible. So thank you all for listening. And I hope that means that you are all also suspending disbelief with me, and hopefully getting some value out of it. And not just listening out of curiosity's sake, and wanting to know what's happening in my life, which, I mean, if you really want to, that's fine too, but, but I hope that you're getting more out of it than that. And I hope that it's actually making a difference in your life. And yeah, thank you again for being here and listening. I'm very honored. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.